Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. It's fewer than I expected, but it's okay. Hope people can come back more and more. Okay. Um, I'm Kevin Guo, co-founder of IoTex. Today, it's my honor to give a presentation on the stage of changelog. Thanks for inviting me, our friends CoinGecko and CoinDesk. Before I start sharing the amazing updates from IoTex, let me do a short introduction of myself. My name is Kevin Guo. I got my PhD from National University of Singapore about 10 years ago. Yeah, Singapore. I lived here for 5 years. My research expertise was machine learning and computer vision. Before co-founded IoTex with two other co-founders, I formerly worked at Facebook as a research scientist and engineering manager. I led a team building a lot of products that helped tens of millions business owners to expand their businesses globally. Okay, back to IoTex. IoTex overview. I will give an overview of IoTex and then do a deep dive into specific areas. How many of you have ever heard of IoTex? Can you raise your hand up? Not many. Okay, this is what we do. IoTex is building the decentralized platform to power Internet of Trusted Things, where we consider all physical, virtual things, humans, machines, businesses, DApps, all of them can securely, efficiently exchange information and value at a global scale. This is quick facts about IoTex. IoTex was founded in July 2017 by Roland, me, and Jing. We got investment in February 2018 by over 50 institution investors globally. And right now, the team has expanded to 30 with 15 in Menlo Park, California, others from Singapore, Russia, China, India. All the core team, founding team, were from top companies in Silicon Valley, like Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Uber, Intel, Bosch, and Amazon. Our token, IoTex, was listed on top exchanges like Binance, Gate, KuCoin, Upbit, Bittrex. Our mainnet, ARF, which was the first version of our mainnet, went live in April this year. At the time when we launched, we have over 13 partners and over 16 delegates, and also with, of course, over 200,000 community members. Right now, the ecosystem is also booming. I listed quite a few things already doing pretty well. For example, like explorers, we have a few. One built by us officially, and also by some like developers. We have a governance portal for online voting, and we have stable token, IOPay, our wallet, SDKs, IOTube for swapping our tokens, IOCTL, the command line tool, OneFX. This is a very interesting thing. We have our own web apps framework for developing DApps directly on IoTex. We also have Hermes, which is delegates reward automation tool, and collabs to showcase our demo, the use cases of our chains, and the trusted tracker, IP camera gateway. Those are the secure hardwares. I will give a deep dive later. VitaMart is kind of like a marketplace for IoT company manufacturers to do promotions, giveaways to our community members, and also games. I'm not going to talk about all of them in detail because there are too many. I will first give high level and then deep dive into the secure hardware. IoTex is not only a blockchain, but also an integrated platform for privacy and IoT. You can see fundamental part is our blockchain. We have our own consensus accounts, P2P network, and smart contracts, DApps. Our consensus algorithm is row depots. We invented by ourselves, and the blockchain was also built from scratch. The two other major components are secure hardware on the left. These are the TE-based IoT devices, gateways, and servers. And on the right-hand side, that is privacy-preserving data services. We also have different technology to link them together. For example, from the secure hardware to privacy-preserving data services, we have trusted data, IoT data oracles. We have all trusted computing to power all of them, to connect all of them. Between the blockchain and the secured hardware, we have the DIDs to connect them. And from the privacy-preserving data services, we have data anchoring onto the blockchain. With all many different things, this is our launch calendar for the rest of the year and the next. And so first is our blockchain and the products. Our mainnet beta will be launched in Q4 this year with a lot of updates. And mainnet GA will be next Q1. And following by some other DApps tools. And the secure hardware, we will going to first launch our IO tracker, which is a secure tracker in Q4. And in Q1 next year, we will have our board, which is a single board computer with TE embedded that IoT developers can develop their IoT, develop their blockchain DApps directly. Also, IoKey, which is a USB-powered key management small chips to manage people can use to manage their key, and also some other even like a second generation hardwares. And for data services, we are going to have our private storage in Q1. Other from the foundational products, DIDs, we will start using it in Q4, and the rest of them, trust computing, trust oracles, and IoT marketplace in the coming year. This is a calendar, and because not many people have ever looked into have heard about IoTex here, let me do a introduction about the blockchain part before I introduce more on the hardware side. Our blockchain consists the root chain, which is with features of faster consensus, high scalability, and incident finality. All the benefits coming from our consensus model, row depots. And we also have many different side chains, and on top of the root chain, anchored to the root chain, the side chains with different type of features, such as full data privacy. And between different side chains, between different subchains, we use root chain to do the cross-chain communication between the subchains. And on top of the subchains, different devices can be connected via smart contract. At the time when we launched, we started enrolling different delegates, and those are the delegates map currently. We have over 60 delegates. They can be categorized into different groups. On the top left side, that is a community and media delegates group, and with CoinGecko, our friend, to be our one of our biggest supporters here. And the technical partners, people who can run the delegates very professionally. They have failover, they have a lot of technologies, and investors who invest in IoTex and also hold them. Exchanges and wallets, they can allow their users, exchange users and also wallet users to do the staking and voting directly on their platform. And the delegates ecosystem, developers, these developers we have many developers delegates, and some of them develop, for example, like a third-party Explorer, which is also pretty good, and they have even more features than the official one. And ambassadors, people, they grew from the community. They were ambassadors, and also they have a big influence in their own community. This is the delegates, and in IoTex team we have 8 PhDs, and we delegated a lot to research. Right now, our research main focus research areas are, for sure, blockchain and distributed systems, and also applied cryptography and trusted computing, IoT security, and privacy. We already got 8 peer-reviewed research articles. 4 already published, and 4 are still under review. And we did a lot of collaboration with universities, for example, University of Waterloo and the University of Cincinnati and the University of Houston. And papers were all either published or under review in the different publishers. Financials. We did our private sale in February 2008 with hard cap at 25,000 ETH, and all of the funds, 30% of them were spent on research and development, and 5% of them on BD and marketing. The rest fund and the foundation tokens are reserved for the R&D for the next 5 years. Right now, ecosystem fund are also reserved for developers. We will have details by the end of the year. But if you are interested in applying for those funds, feel free to talk to me. Okay, this is an overview of IoTex, and right now I'm going to talk in details about the secure hardware. Those are amazing updates. Secure hardware. Those are tamper-proof, trusted third-party for end-to-end trust across the data lifecycle of Internet of Things, and those are used. Those are the secure hardware were powered by TEs, trusted execution environments. Those hardware elements are from either Intel, ARM, or AMD. They can provide such a special computing environment for the computing unit to protect the confidentiality and the integrity of the data inside the TE. And if you look at this whole end-to-end trust, if you look at the whole life cycle, on the IoT side, the secured IoT devices like sensors, tags, and trackers, they can use this to provide their data securely, and the data can be transmitted through the trusted gateway in the middle. And the trusted gateway will serve as a two-way communication between server and the IoT devices. And in the server, they can also do the data processing with privacy-preserving features in the cloud. This is more powerful machines than the other tools. And for the first one, IoT devices. This is one example, IoTracker, which we are going to publish very soon. It can track and trace any asset with full trust. It has different sensors like GPS, temperature, humidity, and pressure. Some use cases just like logistics tracking and even like human or dog, even dogs tracking. And one interesting case we are working on is to define and enforce custom SLAs in transportation. And the current progress is prototype is done. We are working on the public beta. And the second one is IoT gateway. We already have a prototype, and right now but the hard software part is very difficult because you need to provide such a environment for developer to develop on. This is a single board computer. It's kind of like a 2 credit card size. And after we launch this, we also will provide a side chain to connect all these kind of devices all together to form a trusted computing platform, which we call it Avo chain, based on the developer board. And trusted computing cloud. This will be large scale and privacy data processing. And some use cases just like privacy preserved analytics and AI. For example, like credit card reporting. We have encountered some cases from financial institutions. They want to share data privately with different institutions, but without actually sharing the data themselves. They want to have the benefit of by computing their data all together, but without exposing their users' privacy. This is one way we can do it. Right now we are working on a prototype with a partner to do this, and internally we already have it start running, but we want to showcase how it can work in real life use case. And also, let's do a quick scan of the foundational products here. DIDs. I think many other blockchains also are doing DIDs, and we mainly do DIDs on things. Things means IoT devices and other physical things. And since we are working on is like a registration and authentication of IoT devices. And right now we already have our alpha version finished. We are working with a partner to shape quite a few things with DIDs and with certain benefits that when they enroll their DIDs. This will come in December this year. Trusted data oracles. This can provide real world data from IoT devices. For example, like if you want to have some internet data, but when you the current way of doing that is you get different machines to get the data onto the blockchain and compare them and to find the most common values. But through the TE, through the trusted computing, you can actually trust the machine to pull the data for blockchain. This can be very useful for any blockchain. And this can also help with data collection and processing, streamline everything. And right now we are prototyping with partners, some blockchain partners and also some manufacturer partners. Trusted computing, I have mentioned it has been widely used in our different levels of our secure hardware. Okay, to wrap up, with all the amazing updates, we are one step forward on the way of connecting the physical world. Our vision is connecting physical block by block, and right now I think we have another block mind. All right, the last, while we have questions, and people feel free to scan for airdrop.
All right, thank you, Dr. Guo. So in Woon Lao, as always, we would like to open the stage up for any questions that you might have. But before that, I'm going to steal it away from you first to get the ball rolling. So I have a question for Dr. Guo. I mean, we are here at Invest Asia, so wouldn't be complete without a market-related question. We have one from our live stream, actually, one of the questions. So the question is, what actually drives the value of IoTex? Like, if I'm an IoTex holder, you guys obviously have a lot of great products coming out, alpha prototypes and all. But what do you have to incentivize the token holders or people who are looking to invest in you?
Yeah, we also have thought a lot about this. For sure, we will, for example, when the platform is booming, we we have more transaction on the blockchain. The gas fee can be also one of the factor contributing to the token price. And we also have our other design of the token. For example, like right now, for any devices that have been registered on IoTex blockchain with DIDs, they need to burn one IoTex at this moment. So with our partners, when they onboard their devices onto our blockchain, and with the benefits they can gain from doing that, they also need to spend IoTex.
So the more people upload, more DIDs are created, the more scarce IoTex will become. Is that correct?
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Guo. Okay, right. Open to the floor now. Anyone has any questions, please feel free. Okay, everyone seems a bit shy, but it's all right, because I'm not very shy. So there's one more question from myself. This is personal. So just off the top of my head, right? Is there anything that IoTex is doing from the angle of educational to actually bring developers into the space or train developers who will go on to power the blockchain sector?
Yeah. So in our ecosystem, we have two types of developers, I think. One is on blockchain side, purely blockchain side. For example, like building the wallet explorer and the different things. And I think for those type of developers, in our delegates map, you have seen, we have many coming from those developers world. So by being delegates, they also showcase what they have done to the network, and also people can vote for them, and in return they will get IoTex as their mining reward. And another type of developers we will consider as IoT developers. We have our different type of like secure hardwares for them to start with, and they come from the traditional hardware developer side, and for them to understand the blockchain, and also for them to try any like a blockchain DApps on our, for example, like our developer board. And for those type of developers, we are engaging with many manufacturer level developers, and also we do have some amateur developers reach to us, and for those type of developers, we also can sponsor them by providing some hardware for them to start with as well. Yeah, if any people are interested, and we can talk, and probably we can also sponsor with some hardware as well.
Right. Thanks for your answer.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Back to the stage.
Actually, we have a question here on our Twitter.
Oh,
so if you
awesome.
guys don't know yet, if you can't make it today for our next changelog session or tomorrow, you can check out CoinGecko, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It's all live, right? So we have a question here. Hold on a second here. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. My phone. Okay. So the question here is, what are some of the biggest challenges in trying to bridge the gap between the decentralized world and the physical world?
I think there's a lot of challenges there. This is also a common problem, common challenge of all the blockchain type of projects, because when you are doing anything inside the virtual decentralized world, for example, like a DeFi and many other applications, DApps, and they can work because anything are actually from the blockchain themselves. But bridging between the virtual or decentralized world with the physical world, this is I think it's a very hard journey, and we happen to be, I think, the one who are actually doing a lot of work there. I think, for example, like what we are doing for onboarding physical data onto blockchain I think it's a very important one that we can contribute to not only our blockchain but also many and any different type of blockchains. And this is one start point we are thinking. And but we also need we also need the exchange back as well, because not only the blockchain needs the data from the internet, but also from the blockchain, how you can push back, for example, like some actions, so that things can actually execute based on the blockchain results. This is another thing that we are looking into, but we haven't got a lot of good satisfied answers yet. Yeah, so there are many challenges. That's why also we work with many universities on the researches as well.
Thanks. All right, back to the floor. Anyone? We have time just for one last question right now. All right, so I actually have one more question as well.
Okay.
Well, I think you will get this question a lot, especially being in a blockchain sector where there are many other projects doing the same thing as well, similar to IoTex. For example, VeChain, right? So they're also doing all these, trying to interconnect things with their blockchain. So maybe in brief description, how would you compare against, VeChain and other similar IoT-related blockchains?
Yeah, I think many people might compare us with IOTA.
Definitely.
Also because of the name and the focuses as well. So first, we think our blockchain, we use different ways to connect the physical world. This is our vision. And I think IOTA, when they are starting their journey, this started not with a blockchain, but their own innovative technology. And the technology itself is not mature enough, actually, to do the work yet. So that when we design everything, we also look into many different type of blockchains and try to, on the technical wise, we try to design our blockchain that can actually fulfill our vision. That's very different ones. We started in 2017, and the mainnet went live this year, April. And another, I think, a big difference is we actually are working a lot with hardware developers, not only the blockchain developers, but actually hardware developers. We understand what their pain point is. We want to help them not only building the blockchain DApps, but also make money, help their businesses. I think this is also another difference.
Right. Thanks for sharing.
All right, thank you.
All right. And so this is all for Dr. Guo's presentation on IoTex. Please give it up to him. Thank you so much, Dr. Guo.